Hi everyone, it's Rachel. It's our first live on our YouTube channel. Oh. Hopefully you can hear me and see me okay. If you can use the chat to let us know how the sound is, that would be greatly appreciated. The aim of the live streams is to show you what's going on at the workshop, give you updates on the puzzles and where we're at. Also, just on a more personal level as well, you can get to know Chris and myself. We are working on, expanding it and adding overlays and making it more creative as we go along. But today is our pilot session. I've got Chris here with me as well. And today we'll be talking together, letting you know what's going on, and hopefully we can have a chat together today.
Excellent. Right. Okay, hi everyone. I'm Chris, and this is something which we've been working on for a bit. We wanted to be more interactive with people, and Rachel has always had the idea of having some form of streaming. It sounds like the sound's okay now. Yeah, we've turned it up a bit. So
Hi,
good
Marvin.
evening, Marvin. Yep.
Nice to speak to you.
We can see people's comments as well. So if anybody else is joining us, please just drop a quick comment to say hi and what have you. This is the pilot, so we're learning the equipment. We had a failure last week because we originally set up in the unit, but since then we've actually now set up in a studio, which I've set up for Rachel here, which has now become the office as well. Just to let you know, what's happening at the moment is that the unit itself was too big for us. Since we are just ourselves now that's running the business, we've decided to not renew the lease which came up, but instead we wanted to become more together here so that Rachel can be able to be more discussing with what's going on with people and where they're at with the puzzles and other bits and pieces. At the same time, having it under one roof makes it a bit more cost effective for us until we sort of expand a bit more. Obviously, we've got two major projects that we're working on, which is the Vault Maze and the Reaver Maze Light series. Yeah, it's a case of where we're at and what have you. So as Rachel has said, what we want to try and do is we want to try and literally let people know where we're at. If we have new products, we can show the products. I want to be able to present people's feedback if they give us permission to do that. And also have a bit more interaction with everybody. Hi Mike, I can see you've joined us.
And Daniel and Paul. Hi.
Brilliant.
Hi everyone.
Hiya. So as I say, this is the first time, this is the small workshop we have. So this will be the hub of what we do. It gives the ability for Rachel to have the system set up. And one of the things that we've done is that we've invested in some camera gear and some other bits and pieces, allowing us to do various shots. We can switch between various cameras and overlays. We've got cameras above and behind and what have you. So, for instance, we can go onto the GoPro. Where's the GoPro gone? The GoPro has decided to go onto stop motion.
At the moment, you can see the Ozbot behind us.
That's looking at my lack of hair. Is there any trouble? Right, let's just go on to. Right. Yeah, that's it. 1, 2, 3, and we should be able to get back onto the GoPro. And of course, it's not doing its thing. It's thinking about it. Anyway, we do have the camera above, so it's above our head here, which allows us to demonstrate things Like for instance, we want to be able to show what we're doing with our hands for assembling of puzzles and other bits and pieces. So we want to be able to do that as well. But yeah, it is literally a case that we're just getting to know some of the technology, the terminology about the live streaming. Rachel's been getting into a little bit in some detail, but obviously what we want to be able to do is literally present things to you so you guys can see where we're at and what we're doing. Let's just go back to the main monitor. So on the monitor we can sort of bring in various things like picture in picture, so we can switch from one system to another. For instance, we can go up here and maybe run a machine, so the machine's running in the background as a quick operation. I wish it was as quick as that. We can run picture in picture, and we can actually move things around and what have you and do bits and pieces. Obviously if we had the Ozbot working. We can also bring in images and other bits and pieces, so we can switch around from various things as well as putting our titles up and what have you. So yeah, it is literally a case we can do all of these various operations, we can switch around, and Rachel will be sort of gearing up for this in a bit more detail, getting to understand how it all worked. Has anybody got a question at this point that they'd like to throw at us?
Yeah, feel free to write your questions and we'll answer them.
Okay. So yeah, as I say, the agenda will be that we want to try and get feedback from customers. We want to see people who have had something from us. They may have a problem with something they're doing. They'd like to sort of get an explanation overall. Plus they want to see, you know, what things are happening and when they're going to be shipping and things like this. So we're going to be sort of discussing this in a bit more of a detail. We've had to work on the board that's behind us that's controlling everything. Okay. Do you plan to stream on a regular schedule? Yeah, what we're hoping to do is maybe do this once a month. But what we want to do is listen to you guys to say what sort of things you'd like us to be doing, sort of show. So any sort of feedback we get, we want to start adjusting the way we want to do things. We thought of monthly just to go through things, but we want to put in a topic. Rachel had been bugging me for a while about the whole process flow. That is designing a puzzle, designing the maze, getting the maze tested, programming the machine, running the machine, getting the part come off. And that's something that she's asked me to do, and we're going to film that from beginning to end, the whole cycle. That way you'll be able to see what we actually do and be able to play those videos through to you.
We'd also like to bring in you guys as well, so we could have interviews. You could show us your collections, which we've discussed before. So that's another idea.
It is a good idea, yeah. You know, you guys make the community, and obviously what we want to try and do is build a bigger community of people, and the more involvement we do, the more interactive we do, the better. Admittedly, as this was our first one, it's a bit like watching eBay counting down, you know, to, you know, whether you've won the lot, and switching it on whether it would actually come live, which it didn't do last week. You know, it's just simple things that needed to be adjusted so that it actually worked. But we're on a fibre. The camera systems should be giving out 4K, so we've adjusted it down to 1080p just to make sure that we're functioning today, and we're using the mics directly off our yellow box. Again, we can discuss what we've actually set up here and all the different devices that we've actually attached in. So we do have a video prompt. I'm looking right now at the prompter. We can see an iPad whilst we're looking at you, and that way we're actually doing direct eye contact, which is important. We also got lighting systems in here to basically light us up correctly, so we're not in a dark space. But yeah, this is just a test pilot, just to see A, if we can get out, B, that you guys can receive. And what we want to do is we want to build up a community. So hopefully from this we'll get some feedback, and from there we'll actually see where we're at and what we're going to be doing for the future. The beauty of it is that all of this is being recorded, and once we've finished, the recording will be made available on the channel.
Yes, once the live's ended, if you go to the channel and under the live banner, this video will be saved so you can re-watch it, share it with anyone as well. So that's what we hope to do for each broadcast, keep it as an archive.
Yeah, literally.
And also go over your comments again as well, which we can also answer in the next video.
Yeah, and we're also coming up with some ideas that we want to do as well, and sort of competitions we may want to run, some giveaways that we'd like to be able to do, the sort of things that you'd like us to sort of be prizes, etc. We'd be interested to see what your comments are there. And anything else that we feel that can help grow the channel. Obviously, we've been watching other people with their channels and how big their channels are.
Yeah, we've been learning from them, from the best.
Various things. But as it's early days for us, and what we want to do before Christmas, we want to do big things.
Got a lot planned, haven't we?
We do have a lot planned, but unfortunately, it's like everything. Everything is sort of like happening at the same time. The moving of the office. We had to get the room set up, which is now the room we're in. Now we've done this, we've got to get everything out of the office and moved, what have you. So again, it's just the pair of us, so it's various things that we've had to do. But yeah, we hope this is going to be quite useful for everybody, and we look forward to everybody's comments. Okay, does the live stream also include the help of the admins? Absolutely. That is a very good point. What we'd like to be able to do, we have what's called the YOLO Box Ultra. It has 4 inputs for different cameras or computers, etc. One of which could in fact be a iPhone, which we can plug in. And that gives us the ability maybe to do a FaceTime directly to somebody who is on the line at the other end, and we can discuss things live on air. That would be a great way of introducing people, and involvement of the admins of the various sections would be brilliant, because it means that you'd be able to bring what's happening onto the table as well. So we know that there's some negativity about the delays and things like this, and there's also what have you. We always look at the positives about the puzzles and what people like about them and how they enjoy them and what have you. It's just that we're trying to react to what people are asking for us, and that we're strategizing. We're just ourselves, and balancing everything else out. We don't have other jobs, so this is our main job that we need to do. So we need to at the same time make a living, and for that reason we need to be sort of productive, as well as being able to expand and move into other areas. But yeah, it's a way of talking to everybody from the US to China to America, anywhere across America, across to New Zealand. We can do this live, we can talk to people. And if people don't want to see us live, they can always watch the podcast afterwards.
Yeah.
And the comments remain active like it did last week.
Yeah.
So we did appreciate everybody's comments last week. We did go through, what was said and what have you. But yeah, it's not a one for trying. I tell you, it's the technology is really much bigger than we thought.
Mike says, are you able to share any of the upcoming plans, or are they a secret for now?
Right, that's a good point, Mike. Well done. What we'd like to be able to do is the admin group, and some people that we feel that would be very useful to have as a meeting. We can do this live directly to just a group of people, and that way we can talk about more candidly about the product itself, what's happening, where we're at, and give you guys more input, so you can say, right, Chris and what have you, Rachel have been in discussion with us, we've met as a group, and this is where they're at and what they're doing, and we can then supply you with maybe a user pack that we can send to you with either videos or clips and bits and pieces, and that helps you with the administration of the sites, whether it be Discord or the forum. We want to be able to support the people who are supporting us, and we really appreciate all the admin.
Definitely, so much effort has gone into the admin.
So it's been something which has been wanting for a long time, but never got round to it. It's just everything seems to be firefighting, and you know, Rachel's taken time to sit down and actually work out what she wanted, and to be where we're at now, just with the equipment. It's in a permanent situation, so she can run this at any time. It's already set up. That way we don't have to keep altering ourselves. And all we want to do is just keep improving, making the project as good as we can.
100%.
So, yeah. So, yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah, in terms of Mike, there will be a few of you that we want to also go a stage further. And that is something we want to talk to certain individuals who we want close cooperation with, so that you know, they've got much more direct access to us and we're much more candid. This is very important that we have this. So there'll be a major group of people who we talk directly to as a group, and then we've got this top level group that we want to be able to share you know, up and coming things or things that are going on or whatever. We don't like delays, but we obviously are prone to it, and because of that, we want to make sure that, you know, people understand where we're at and what we're trying to achieve, and be more open, which is what I think you guys wanted. Yes. You always wanted the openness, and Rachel, she works so hard, and she has to put up with me, unfortunately. So she likes to talk to you guys, and then she can deal with me directly, you know, here. So, yeah, that's brilliant. So, hopefully in the future then, guys, we are going to be around for long haul. We've got the Christmas period coming up, so we're in the next stage. You guys in the US have got your US elections going on, which is going to be a major impact to us. So we're keeping a close eye on that, maybe too close in my case. But, you know, it's important that once we get to the new year, we've got good plans in place. We've listened to you. You're on board. You've given advice, and we've taken some of the advice on board. And we can then move forward with what the company does. So even though we're on just a few people that's joined us today, the important thing is that we've started. And as this is just a pilot, the next stage will be to bring the Reaver Maze puzzle to a wider audience and wider community, and that's something we want to do and promote and what have you. And hopefully once you start seeing the plans in more detail, that'd be fantastic. So anybody who's desperately would like to be part of our members layer, which we talk to, let us know in the comments you want to become a member, or if you want to be on the executive layer, which deals and interacts with us directly, that's also something we'd like to know. We've got a few of you in mind, and we'll be inviting you. So hopefully we can get those people on board so they know what's going on. Okay. So unless you've got anything to say or anything else?
Pretty much what you think you've covered.
Bits, yeah.
Bits, yeah.
You're going to hear more of Rachel's voice, not mine, because the last thing you want to see is my voice. But Rachel never experienced any of the shows, you know, the live events shows that we went to at the beginning of the project. You know, seeing those people come in and interact was fantastic. You know, we saw a lot of people who just walked up to us and suddenly opened one of the puzzles in front of us, you know, and then they said who their name was, and people like Chris Purcell and stuff like that, who helped out a couple of times as well. You know, all of these people have been with us for 15 years or so ago. We want to bring people back, and we want to bring people back to, you know, enjoy what we're doing and what we're doing correctly. The only snippet I will give to you about live updates about what's going on is that both Vault Maze and the Reaver Maze Lite projects have overwhelmed us, simply because if you looked at the scheduling for the machine, it's going to take too long. So we're back in consultation with our engineering company that did some work for us, with a view that they can run things in parallel for us, some of the parts. This will then bring us back up to speed, which has been one of our issues. Even everything in the world, because we only have the one machine, and when that goes down we have an issue. It throws everything out, all the scheduling out. So we've got to get back up, and that's something I have been working on. It's important for us to have security that we can start delivering.
We'll be working together on it, won't we?
Yeah, we're working more together. We're much more focused.
Now we're under one roof. You know, I can work upstairs, and when the machine's running, I can come downstairs, chat to you, see what's going on.
Yep. She'll be wandering around with a camera as well, which is a bit worrying as well. So I hope to film snippets of what's going on and share it with you all. So I think it's good. It's good to see what's going on with the machine and some of the process. We'll also discuss how we work out some of the issues and resolve them and do other bits and pieces. I've got one that I can actually demonstrate, and the idea of the live show is that we can actually throw up these occasionally. So we want to sort of get topic feedback from everybody as well. So the more people get to know about what we do, people will start suggesting this might be a topic. Would you be interested in doing this? And Rachel will say, yeah, I'll get the content for that prepared and we'll do it for one of the shows.
Yes. We always listen to feedback, don't we?
Yeah.
So if you do have any suggestions of what you would like to see, if you put it in the chat, we'll go back over it and we'll discuss it.
Yeah.
And if we can make it happen, we will.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, guys. Well, that's more or less it for today. Hopefully everyone's well, and we look forward to seeing in the future. We've also got a few other things like jingles and other bits and pieces, and maybe some post-editing that Rachel might get on.
Yes, I'll be working on the post-editing.
So, adding a bit more to each one. So, it gives lots of work to do up here, linking to everybody and getting what's being done. And I'll be downstairs with the machining and what have you. So, hopefully everyone's well, and we'll be in touch with you in a very short while. Hopefully see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Speak soon.
Bye.
Bye.